Alan B. West is confronted about radical Islam versus Islam. Is there a difference? Is there a reason to make a distinction? Check it
I'm
out.
not going to sit here and play a politically correct game just to make people feel good about themselves when I see my country and freedom and liberty all across the world at stake. But I will tell you, you got to study, you got to understand, and then you will be able to articulate this. It's not about Muslims, but it is about a very, very violent aspect that has become rooted and has turned what started out to be a peaceful religion into a totalitarian, theocratic political ideology.
Do you think the main problem with jihadists are is the religion or Islamism? Like, do you think it's more of a problem of Islam in general, or Islamism, meaning that they seek an Islamic state?
Well, it is. It's all captured there in the Quran and the Hadith, which are the traditions of Muhammad. Have you ever read the Muslim Brotherhood's explanatory memorandum, their strategic memorandum? This is a document that was written just right across the Potomac in 1991 by a guy by the name of Muhammad Akram. It was discovered in an FBI raid in 2004 in the basement of a home. And it's open source intel. And I want you to read that. That's another homework assignment. Read the strategic memorandum of the Muslim Brotherhood in the United States of America, and they lay out their plan. And when you listen to a person like President Erdogan of Turkey, who once said there is no moderate Islam and other Islam, it's just Islam. So I just kind of have to tell you, you just got to take your opposition for their own word. And I don't have the time to do it, but if you go back and study from 610 through 628 AD on to 632, you will see exactly all of those different phases of Islam, the peaceful phase, which was just 12 years, then the Medina phase, which was 622 to 628, when you can see the corresponding verses of the Quran become more violent. And then, of course, when Muhammad came back to Mecca and he took it, and 3,000.
So is the religion or the
Is rooted in there. It is rooted in there, those verses. And I also want to tell you, understand the Arabic term nakish. Nakish translated means abrogation. And what that means through Islamic jurisprudence is that the later versions of the Quran supersede the previous versions of the Quran. But they're still all the words of Allah. And so we have to understand this, and we have to just say, look, this is not a perversion. This is part of what is in the book that you call the Quran. And so that you have people that are standing up and they are using the Quran to enact these different types of violence. Now, I've been to Iraq, I've been to Afghanistan, I've been all over the Middle East. I have helped some of my former interpreters and translators come to the United States of America because they wanted a better way of life. But I'm not going to sit here and play a politically correct game just to make people feel good about themselves when I see my country and freedom and liberty all across the world at stake. But I will tell you, you got to study, you got to understand, and then you will be able to articulate this. It's not about Muslims, but it is about a very, very violent aspect that has become rooted and has turned what started out to be a peaceful religion into a totalitarian, theocratic political ideology.
I love that outro at the end. Yeah, Alan B. West is labeled a racist. He's labeled an Islamophobe. He's labeled all these terrible things. And in reality, he's just saying, listen, there's a problem within this idea. It's an idea. There are ideas posited. It's a worldview. And if that worldview is flawed, it can be criticized. It can be said that it's terrible. If Christians were still, going ahead and following everything in the New and Old Testament, it would probably be a problem. At the end of the day, it's all the same book, right? I mean, Christianity plagiarized from Judaism, and then Islam basically plagiarized from both Christianity and Judaism. And only one religion is really, really, really following it to the extreme. And they don't have other interpretation. They actually take when it says this is the punishment for X and this is the punishment for Y, They actually go ahead and practice that, and that's a problem. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I just think that Allen B. West is definitely not what they label him as this terror. He's just saying, like, listen, I saw this. I went overseas. I saw them, performing these rituals. I saw the threat that we face, and I don't want it. I don't want it to come to the United States of America. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to support us, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JewishUncensored. Our channel was demonetized very recently, so definitely go there to support us. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.